Welcome to a video. Right now it is currently 2:41 in the morning on October 22nd, Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope y'all will have a great day. My goodness, time flies, doesn't it? 2 more days and it's Friday already. 2 more days. So, man, of course my timing has improved somewhat, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself, because yesterday I slept at 4:30 and I got up at 8 to do the usual, and I had to sleep again because I was so tired, and I got up I think about 11 and I left the house at I think about 12. So that's kind of late, because if I leave the house at 12 that means I got to the workplace at 1, and man, that is not enough time. But then the thing is, I don't really get delivery calls until 3 to 5 to 6, and then all of a sudden it just dies down again. So I only have a little bit more than a couple hours of actual delivery requests. For those that don't know, I do gig economy, which is a food delivery service for Uber Eats, and man, it is uber slow, and there are a lot of drivers and not a lot of people ordering. But anyways, I made a little list. I did put mini progress, so far things are looking better. I also want to share, this is for fun, the YouTube AI images for the thumbnails, and I think it's really awesome because there's a little section for content creators where it says inspiration. So this is where others could find that if you want to have images created by YouTube, it will make it, which is pretty cool. And then I'm going to talk about the old farts update. I have it right here. This guy, the OF. And what's next? So let's get started. Man, I remember looking at my 20-minute videos. I can't believe I started since I think maybe March, and we're what now? We're on October. My goodness. So we've been making a lot of videos, which is pretty cool. And of course there's much better improvement in my talking, although it probably doesn't seem like it. But if it was me back in March, man, I would be stuttering like no other, and I would have to do several retakes. I mean, when I say several, I mean 20 plus retakes, or even more than that, because I was a perfectionist back then, unlike now. Yeah, I do stumble on my words time to time, but I kind of just move along, go through it. So I have made improvements to myself, which is great. Anyways, about the mini progress. So I wrote down meditation, and then I wrote Hmoob. Of course, I put time. WIP means working in progress. As you could tell, the timing is much better, because usually I would make the video at 3 or 3:30 and then edit it. When I say edit, I'm just talking about the description, the thumbnail, and also waiting for it to upload. Also reviewing my videos before I upload. And man, it takes time. It takes like an hour or a little bit more than that. So, but anyways, right now it's 2:45, so everything is going pretty good, and we're about 4 minutes in. So time is still work in progress. The meditation, man, I only did 5 minutes, but this is good because I have not done the meditation for I think several weeks, almost like a month. So for me to get back at it, I think it's pretty good, because I did 5 minutes for the day before yesterday, and for yesterday it was 5 minutes, but I put TZ with me, which means Jijong, and in Hmong that means not good, because when I meditate, I'm trying to meditate on gratitude, and in a way it's kind of hard for me because so many distractions going on, such as worries and woes. So when I meditate, it's kind of in a way pleading for help in desperation, but I shouldn't do that, because it's turning that meditation into more of a prayer, like a cry. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to focus on meditation because it does help out with having peace. So that's why it's still Jijong. I gotta work on that. And then I start studying Hmoob again, which is pretty good. So I did study the day before yesterday 17 minutes because I'm still working on the Enki. I don't understand its process because I think it has a thing called spatial learning. So it only lets me learn a set amount and then have to wait. Then it lets me work on it again. But I'm trying to figure out a way to adjust it so I can just keep studying it. But I could tell why it has to be spaced out because I I managed to figure out somehow to increase the limit, and wow, yeah, it got annoying really quick and frustrating really quick. So I understand why it was doing the spatial, so it can make it easier to understand. Because I was trying to, I guess, rush myself to learn things, and that ain't really working out. So I did study 29 minutes because I increased the card limits. So I'm going to leave it where it's at now because I increased it by double. I think it'll be okay, and I'll just leave it at that. It's just so I don't have to spend only 15 minutes of learning because I want to learn it more. And I realized I got to add more vocabularies. And I think until I have a certain amount, then I'm actually going to start putting actual sentences and words as flashcards and see where we go from there. And I'm hoping, this might be a stretch, but it'll be cool at the end of this year if I could actually understand and conversate in Hmoob. That would be uber cool. So we got that out of the way. Let's mark this out. You know, I forgot to mention why it's kind of late. I better talk about this because so we'll leave this as number 1. This will be number 2. I need to talk about the other channel. Maybe we'll talk about that last. So what I did today was I made rice. I was going to get it, but I left it over there. So I made the 6 cup of rice. And then I also made 1, 2, 3, 4. I made 4 sets of coffee. So that's a total of 12 bottles. And I also worked out while I was doing those. So it took a lot of time, but I was trying to be proactive. Just in case if anyone was curious, I did 400 hand grips at, I think it was like 207 pounds. And then I also did 20 leg ups. It's like sit-ups, except that I'm laying down and I'm lifting my leg up. And I haven't done that for a while, so that's why it's so few. And then I did curl, I call it curls up. So pretty much what it is I have the dumbbell. It's only 25 pounds, but that's all I have right now. And then I would just lift it up, curl it up like that, just to strengthen my wrist. So for that I did about 200 of those. And 200 of the curl ups, and then lastly I did the squats. I did 50 squats. So I abbreviated. And the reason why I wrote that out, I'm just testing it out. I'm gonna probably do that to my fatherless channel. I still working on it. I still haven't uploaded the intro video. I did make an intro video, but I probably need to move forward with it, which I should talk about that. Anyways, so yeah, that's why it took everything so long. I just started at about, I think, 8 p.m. when I got finished with those things. I think it was like around 12. So it took some time, but while I was waiting for the water to boil while making the coffee, and waiting for the rice. I was working out, so I was trying to not waste time. So I thought that was pretty good. I was thinking about getting greedy and making another set of coffee. So instead of 12 bottles, I'll have 15 bottles. But I remember the commentary I enjoyed reading, he talked about accountability. And I was like, man, you know what? I probably should chill and work on my schedule timing first. Because once I get that, then if I want to make more coffee, I know I could plan ahead of time. So it doesn't mess with the schedule and I could sleep earlier. But anyways, yeah, we got that out of the way. So now we're going to talk about the fun thing. So we did talk about this. AI image for thumbnail. So as you can see behind here, I wrote down YouTube AI images knows more than what we think, because if you are a content creator on YouTube and you post videos and you write down the description, it knows and it will produce thumbnails for you according to what your channel has. And I was very surprised because you know how I talk about the tooth, and of course for those that have joined along for a long time knows that the tooth is not actual teeth. It's actually the owner of the house. That's the acronym, tooth. And it's a cool acronym because I got this from the commentary I enjoyed reading, and I thought it was really cool. And YouTube picked it up, and he knew it was talking about family. So we'll see that. I'll show that in a moment. So you dropped that word too. Let's get started. Let's check out the cool images it produced. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So this is the image when I did the dandelion update. For those that don't know, that are new, I used to have a garden and people would call it wild weeds or just weeds. And I was trying to grow dandelion and purslane and lamb's quarter, plantain. I was trying to grow a lot of stuff, milk thistle, but of course the tooth did something. She plucked out my purslane and my chickweed, and I asked her not many times, I've asked her a couple times, do not touch my garden, but she just kept touching it. She's like, you don't take care of it, and you know I have to take care of it. So that ruined it for me. When I saw her do that, I just like, no, I don't want her to touch any of my little babies, because they were fun to have. To me they were family, except edible. And yeah, I was really sad. So this is the dandelion update image that the YouTube land created, which is pretty cool. I think it's really nice. Oops, let me move this one here. And this is the one, because for those that don't know, I'm trying to learn Hmong, and I talked about how I want to create another channel. And of course YouTube land, I knew about this and create this picture, and I thought it was really awesome, except I don't know why I put the skulls there. So there's a Hmong woman, she's wearing the Hmong clothing, but the skulls, I don't know why the skulls are there. So yeah, all right, so this one is also another one that YouTube land created when I was talking about creating another channel to teach Hmong, because the best way to learn is to teach. That's what I saw from, I'm not sure, on YouTube Shorts or on TikTok. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I hope maybe next week have something started. And this I think I picked it up on my TikToks when I uploaded to YouTube land, and I was talking about being frugal versus being stingy. It's good to be frugal, but it is not good to be stingy, and the Father of Heaven, he hates stingy people. So we're supposed to be abundant, have an abundant mindset, and if we are going through rough times, we could be frugal and still be abundant. So think YouTube not knew about that, so it made this image, which I thought was pretty cool. Oops. Okay, so this one, of course, my OG motto is to be an international vlogger for the righteous. So I came up with this image, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this one, of course, the Hmoob learning channel, and in a way I thought it was cool, but also creepy, but also cool, because I don't know what these are. And what are these? I could tell it's trying to do the Hmoob pattern on the brain, so I thought that was pretty cool. All right. See how the YouTube knows? Facing tooth, a turning point. So it knows that it's not talking about teeth because you don't see a teeth. But later you'll see the YouTube land AI starts to get really witty, which is pretty cool. Here it goes, the tooth. So I thought that was pretty cool. It showed a crack because family issue. And then this one, for those that are new, I'm trying to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I talked about in my previous video, but however I'm ending up sleeping at 4 in the morning instead. So the YouTube land noticed this and made this image, and also wrote I think introductions for me about the joys of waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I thought that was very interesting and pretty cool. So the next one, oh yeah, this is the same one, the unexpected joys of early morning. So I thought that was a cool image. Of course, the dandelion from the dandelion update, that one's pretty nice. Another one I thought was pretty cool, because dandelions are actually very good for you, very healthy. And this one, I'm not sure. It says Darton, my secret for growing giant Dartons. I didn't even know that until when I look at it again. I was like, oh, I thought it said dandelion, but it says Darton. So I don't know. I thought the image was pretty cool too. And of course, it's for my Hmoob channel. I created this image. But what really I thought was interesting is, I'm not sure, take a moment to look at the picture. Do you see something strange? Well, the strange thing is there are 3 hands. See, there's 1, 2, and then there's the 3rd one right here. Why is there 3 hands? There's another hand right here too, 4. So I thought that was interesting. But the image is pretty cool, and it spelled the words correctly, because I know sometimes the words are off. So solo Hmoob learn language, of course, because I talked in one of my videos, and I'm surprised it caught it. How I was learning Hmoob alone. I tried to look for other Hmoob speakers, but people were not interested, and I was like, man, I'm all alone. So I picked it up and wrote solo Hmoob challenge. So I thought the YouTube land, wow, it could really read your videos. Okay, so next one, the tooth, of course, how I'm trying to bridge my relationship with the tooth, have peace with her. And it made this image. I thought that was pretty cool. Decoding tooth. See how it knows? Decoding tooth. Understanding familial cycles and healing. Wow. Then another tooth, of course, I thought was really cool. Healing. How I talked about healing with the tooth, the owner of the house. Because everything's pretty dry, but it makes life on top. So I thought that was really cool. And then here, remember how, for those that are new, probably don't know, but to those that have been following will know that I'm trying to have control of emotional mastery. And of course, YouTube Land AI picked this up too and wrote, from anger to understanding, my emotional journey. Nice. They picked it up, so that was really nice. Of course, the tooth, I thought it was kind of strange having the hand, but it was like hugging the tooth in a way. Healing, because it's trying to heal with the leaf. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, here's another one. Unpacking tooth, finding peace with people. For those that are new, I'm having trouble with people, and I talked about how, you know, the tooth is not that friendly of a person. And I noticed I started to become like that, get angry just like the tooth, but then I don't want to be like that. So of course trying to be peaceful with others, and to do that is to have emotional mastery. So for it to come up with this, I thought was pretty cool. And of course, are you on the correct path? A reflection. For those that have been following along probably already know that it's a good idea to take a step back when things aren't going right. And I talked about this in a couple of my videos, and I thought it was very interesting how I picked that up just from a couple of videos. And this is not recent too, it's way back when. And because the commenter I enjoy reading, he wrote a lot of stuff that made me take a step back and to reflect. And it's so important because I was doing the same mistake over and over. But when I was able to take a step back and reflect, I noticed I started making changes, because I'm starting to do things that were not the same. I kind of broke the cycle in a way. So it's really cool how it picked that up. Oh, my secret rest day, creative project revealed. For those that don't know, I decide not to work on Saturday, which is Shabbat or Sabbath day. It's the rest day according to scripture. And of course I talked about it in, I think, probably two of my videos. And for it to pick up this, I thought it was really cool. I'm very surprised because, yeah, I did make my rest day for creatives. Remember how I talked about I want to work on Suno AI, work on my other channel projects so I could get out of the gig economy. So it's going to be my creative day to work on the kingdom work. So for it to come up with this, nice. Of course, the international travel vlogger, that's what I want to do. It came up with this image. I thought that was really nice. But what do you know, right here, it even says it. International vlogger journey, first steps taken now. Man, YouTube AI, really cool. Minimalism. For those that don't know, I talked about it's good to minimalize, use the things that we don't, use the things that we need, and if we don't need it, just to give it away or throw it out, because hoarding is not good. And what we have on the physical is how we are in the spiritual. When I say spirit, is our mind. So if we have a lot of junk or hoarding stuff on the physical, then we have a lot of junk in our mind, and that's why it's good to minimalize. I also wrote down POMA, which means prioritize, organize, minimalize, and take actions to do it. So that's the POMA, POMA. I made up that acronym. So I thought that was pretty cool. Less gear, more impact. Of course, right now I have a lot of gear. Got it. Another one, two of them, because I got not only OF, I also got CCP, which is the nano. For those that don't know, actually I'll show it once I get out of the picture. Of course, it was showing the minimalized from all that stuff to just this. I thought that was pretty cool example. Unexpected blessing and daily frustration. Because I talked in my videos, there's a couple of them I talked about positivity, because sometimes when we see really bad things, it's not really bad. It could actually be grace, and we just don't see it that way, not at the moment. And yeah, you never know, because there's times of things that even look good, but it's actually bad, and vice versa. So for YouTube land to come up with the image like this, I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Of course, the tooth, you see the sad face, it's like healing, trying to heal. I thought that was awesome. Of course, this is being lost, how I talked about. I feel lost, of course, right now, because the problem is that the Father of Heaven, he already has a command for us, because we all have purposes, and if we don't follow that purpose and say, I don't know what to do, then he's going to say, well, I don't know what to do for you, because I already showed you what you have to do. So for it to come up with this image, I thought that was pretty awesome. And this one, how I remember how I was talking about social media, how it's pretty much distracting me, and I'm wasting a lot of time doom scrolling on TikTok, on YouTube Short, just not really focusing on the things I do, because life is not really good for me, and I prefer to escape on social media. So it came up with this image, which is pretty cool. I do apologize for saying pretty cool and awesome, because I'm very surprised a YouTube lands AI generator. It's really nice. And see, next one. This one, how I'm trying to get away from technology and be more active without using the phone. So it came up with this image, which I thought was great, because recently I was talking to the commenter I enjoy reading, and he kind of picked it up. He's like, wow, it looks like you're addicted to the phone. I'm like, yeah, I got a problem, so I gotta let the phone down a bit. And good thing I caught it too, because I noticed I'm starting to sleep better, because usually I would scroll on social media then go to sleep, but now I just don't even look at the phone. I go to the bed and I just try to sleep, and if I sleep, great. If I don't, I'm still not going to look at the phone. I'm just going to learn how to rewire my brain not to be dependent on the phone. All right, next one. The phone. Remember how I was talking about the phone? So yeah, it showed an image where I'm trying to get life back, to step away from social media. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Reclaiming focus beyond the screen. That's what I'm trying to do. It's very interesting. So it knows what I was talking about, because I'm on these. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on the YouTube land. You can see the face. I'm like, my goodness, no. But anyways, yeah, it's missing well, I was gonna say it's missing X or Twitter, but I don't use it, so for it not to come up seems right. That is it. That is it. So yeah, holy smokes, almost 30 minutes. I guess we're not gonna talk about the old fart or what's next. I think that is it. So let me mark this off. So I guess we'll not talk about this, because actually, I'll talk about it really quick. So this, it looks like the same, right? But this is actually the case from China. They sent it really early. They sent it a week early. So I'm very grateful, because it did come from China. And the thing is, it looks exactly the same as the original. Exactly the same. The material everything feels the same. Looks the same. The material is the same. Because originally, back in 2016, China was actually making the parts for Sony. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but everything is exactly like the OEM. I put the original one back into the box, because this one I'm going to modify it. I'm going to create the back door for it. I want to drill out this thing, because I need to put another camera that has switchable lens, so I don't have to worry if I drop or anything. I could just take it off, put a different lens. and yeah, put this guy in action. And I'm going to make separate videos on it for those who are interested, who have this camera. I don't recommend people buying this camera, okay? If you don't have a camera, do not buy this camera, because one, it doesn't have a screen where you could view yourself, so you can't really view yourself like this. Two, it uses the old technology. It uses the micro USB and also the micro HDMI, because like the cameras now, they use USB-C, which is much better, much faster, and the internet connection, this only has like 2.4 Wi-Fi, so that's not good when you want to view the image on your cell phone or on your laptop, because they'll break up. Most of the phone is using 5 gigahertz now, so it's very smooth and it looks very good. So this is old tech, but to me, I enjoy it. That's why I got it. And man, I do apologize, this is a super long video. What's next? I wrote here on the top, I think I'm going to try to work on the Heavenly Service announcement channel stuff, and also for the fatherless. I think I need to start working on those. So that's what's next. Am I going to do it? I will report on the next video. I'm going to end it here because I'm stretching the video too long, and my gosh, is 31 minutes. I do want to say thank you to all those that watched the video all the way through. If you enjoy the content or just want to join along the journey, please consider helping me out with a like, a comment, a share, and if you're not subscribed, to subscribe. Any interaction with the video would greatly help the channel. It'll let YouTube land know that, hey, this is a content creator, is worth pushing out to other viewers. Excuse me. And to my returning viewers, thank you so much for your support. I'm very grateful. It encouraged me to keep moving forward, and hopefully I'm going to have better content. But right now, it's still a lot of work in progress, getting the schedule together, getting my other contents together, and planning things better. So it's going to take some time, but it's going to get there. And that's all I have for this video. Until the next, the Most High willing, hallelujah and Sinji Dua, and I hope y'all will have a great Wednesday.